Are you? Well, it takes a little bit to get audio on 950, 949, 948.
Okay. Yeah.
You're getting audio?
Yes, and I'm only about 3 seconds behind
Woohoo!
real time.
Ultra low latency today. We're getting what we paid for. Well, we didn't have to pay for it, but still, we're giving them some advertisements. So
Have you gone live on Facebook yet?
I have.
Okay. Excellent news. Facebook's only about 10 to 15 seconds behind.
Yeah, I'm seeing on my screen over here. Oh, sorry, wrong screen. 851, 850. Yeah, about 12, 13 seconds. Pretty good. Pretty good.
I like that. Let's start Fun Friday off fast and Friday.
Check
Friday.
test. 1,
Fast
2,
Friday.
3. Call in number.
Call
check
in
test,
number.
1,
Check
2,
test.
3.
1, 2, 3.
I did hear you say that last time, but sometimes it's not easy to get through to me.
That is true.
I do appreciate that.
Happy Friday. How's everybody doing?
It is a happy Friday indeed.
Beautiful
Got a
day
really
here.
good show today.
Nice 88 degrees in Northern California. Hi, Bernice. Hope you're getting some nice weather there in Canada.
A?
A. B.
Oh, that cold drink tastes tasty today.
Yeah, I drank mine way too quickly.
You know, I used to have that lay, so to speak, and I don't see it anymore.
Didn't you put it in the bathroom? I think you did. It's cold, Bernice. Oh, I am sorry to hear that. Let me blow some heat over east. Over to you. I had to get all my gardening done before 9 a.m.
other, then that's all we can do. So, sorry about that.
I apologize. I'm so sorry.
I'll focus on it after we get the streaming done.
That's why I'm going to write it down.
Is the music gotten lower in amplitude?
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Nice and
That looks like it's only about 29%.
Ah. Getting like meat, turning it up, huh?
Crank that puppy up.
Yeah, I'm afraid to get another car because I don't want to lose the stereo system I have and the one I got.
Maybe you just get like a semi and you just put your car in the back and your stereo system just blast through the semi or something.
I guess I could just have my stereo system moved to the new car.
I think so. Speakers, that's another story. I guess that could be done. Got it.
Alrighty, down to the last 2 minutes. Hi, anybody else joining us? Are we ready for a fun-filled Friday in our Ask Michael segment? Hi, Margie, welcome.
Hello, Margie.
Hi, Howard. Is it cold in Philadelphia too? Alrighty. With no further delay,
Uh-oh. Are we getting there?
we are getting there.
How much time we have left? 30 seconds and counting.
Cool and rainy. Hi, Larry. Is it windy in the Windy City?
I see I have some lights that are not on here.
It's amazing how much the weather can change from coast to coast. Always windy in Chicago.
Definitely the Windy City.
Yeah, that lake.
Greeting Bridge friends, it's Michael here at BridgeHands, and welcome to Fantastic Fun Friday. Hoo-hoo! Let's see, do we have any kind of a yes? Come on. Okay, there's some yeses for you. So I hope you're having a good Friday. We are, and we're going to have a fun time for the next 30 to 45 minutes, and we do have some questions today, Grace.
We do have some questions for you, Michael. Are you ready to answer those? Have you done your preparation?
I'm not ready. Here, I need to get ready. Get the turban on. Johnny Carson, here I come.
Okay. Channel your
there we go. My head's being cut
Johnny
off a
special.
little bit here. But yeah, so okay. Well, let's go ahead and go over to the other screen where we have the questions. And if I flip the screen around, and yes, the first question, I have not seen these before. Grace, have you studied these questions?
I have looked at these questions and I've transferred them here for you. And our first question is coming from Tom.
Okay, go ahead.
He says, my right-hand opponent opens 4 spades.
Ooh, 4
I
spades.
have a 2-club opener. What is my bid and the response from partner?
Oh boy, let me kind of get in the screen here. We're going to have to meditate on this a little bit.
Yeah, we want to see you
I'm
thinking.
missing something.
Yeah.
I'm missing one of my props here. First of all, Tom, keep the peace. So, okay, 4 spades. While, the typical bridge teacher is going to say, well, is it match points or imps, rubber bridge? Is it first, second, or third seat when they've made this bid, and a bunch of other things, which means they're probably stalling, so I'm not going to do that. So, okay, you have a 2-club opener. Well, there's different types of 2-club openers, aren't they? First off, we know one person, assuming that there's not any other passes. We know one thing, that is for sure. This person's got a lot of spades. I think it's 8. If they have positive vulnerability and they're frisky, they might use the rule of 2, 3, and 4. Like, what? What's that about? When you have favorable vulnerability, you can bid a little bit higher. So you may only have 3 spade bid, meaning you have 7, not 8 card suit. If your partner's a passed hand, it went pass, pass, and then they bid 4 spades. Maybe they've got close to their bid. We just don't know because I don't know what seat we are in. So that was actually a relative question. But we have a 2-club opener. And my question to Tom and the others would be, is it a 2-club opener with length also? I sort of think so. Is it a 2-club opener with length that's in a minor? As opposed to hearts? It's always harder to get a slam or to go at the 5 level if you're in the minors, but sometimes you have to. I'm assuming that you don't have ace queen tight in spades, in which case you might say, maybe I just do 4 no trump and hopefully my partner will think it's just to play. The question is that do you make a call, depending upon the other bids, the vulnerability, and do you make a double? Do you bid your suit? And will you maybe risk a slam? Now, normally we know that when it's at the 1 or 2 level and we make a double and then we bid a suit, that means we have more than 17 points. I call it the type 2 double, which means we've got a lot of tickets. But when it happens to be, and let me go back to the hand over there, or the question, I should say. And in this situation, I think we want to say I'm kind of in the way here. Let's kind of get somewhere else. Do we want to look for slam? Let's say we have a hand. It may not even have a ton of points, but we've got a heart suit or maybe a minor, and we've got a 3 loser hand. I think we can count on a trick from our partner, makes us a 2 loser hand. And yeah, we want to go past 4 spades. The question might be is if it's 4 spades and I double, is that for penalty or is it for takeout? Well, that's a good question, Tom. Look at your convention card. There's a spot over in the upper left. Takeouts through 3 spades, 4 hearts, 4 spades. Marty Bergen, you remember he was here a couple of weeks ago, and he said when he was in his younger day, the ACBL says you got to put something there. Takeouts through how high? And he put through 7 hearts. Just to be a little facetious. He didn't like being told that he should have to say. But in subsequent years, he kind of calmed down and said, maybe through and including 4 spades, a takeout. So I hope that helps. But consider some of those other factors. What does your hand look like? How many people have passed? And that might be helpful for you. But we compliment our right-hand opponent, and I assume they're probably non-vulnerable. If they are vulnerable, they probably have a little more values. Okay, Tom, I hope that helps. So let's go on to the next one.
All righty.
Kathy.
This is from Kathy.
What does Kathy say?
She says, how to recognize a penalty double.
How to recognize it. I played at some bridge clubs where they have some of the doubles in the bidding box where they have an X, and others where they have the letter D. Somebody says, yeah, one is for penalty and the other is for takeout. They should all be the same. You shouldn't have different types of cards to indicate that. Another way is that when a person says double versus double, no, you're not supposed to do that either. So you can't use voice or the way you put down the card. I know one fellow out in Sonoma, and when he wants to be like let's say it's in some order of no trump, and he drops it from like, I don't know if you can see it here. Here we go. Nope, got to go this way. When he drops from a high distance, that means it's like stop bidding. Or from a low distance, maybe it means, bid some more. We can't do those types of inferences. So to get to your question, Kathy, here's the ticket. We take a look at our convention card. What do we play? Penalty, doubles through, or in other words, take out through actually. Anything above that is typically for penalty. There are some situations where there's called optional or cooperative takeout doubles, which might be for takeout, it might be for penalty, and it's partnered DSI. Do something intelligence. Oh, that's nice. Thank you for making me to have to make the choice on whether it should be penalty or not. Obviously, some of the factors would include, I think I'm going to go to actually I'm going to write some of this down. Yeah, we're going to go over here to this other screen. Well, that's too big. Michael, get lower. There we go. Okay. And am I working? Yes, we are working. So one of the things would be is that when you take a look and you're not sure about is it for a takeout or not, is obviously prior bidding. Let's say that our bidding between you and I, we have 20 to 23 plus ordinary points. You know, you opened one spade, and I've got, and I'm assuming that's at least 11 plus, and I've got 12 points, but you know, not all my honors in your spade suit, because then my honors may not be worth that much. But I've got 11 points, and I go to clubs. And then somebody comes in with like 3 diamonds. Well, we can't let them have the contract when we have 23 or more points. We either have to bid on, head for 3, no trump, or some major, or we have to penalize them. And I think that's a pretty good rule to think of. But make sure that your honors, HONN, come on, we can do this. There it is. Honors are not wasted. That would be bad. So yeah, if you got long seats with a lot of top honors, you should be bidding onward if you have these other situations where they come in. But here's another good example, and we'll go on to the next one. Let's say I go 1 heart, and the person in the next seat, this is the table here, bids 2 hearts. That's a pretty bad 2 hearts. Come on, get my penmanship a little better. 2 hearts, saying for the majors, okay. And my partner makes a double, and this person over in the next seat bids 2 spades, saying okay, we'll go for spades, and I make a double. When there's a second double made, the first one and the second one, this says this is penalty intended, especially if they are vul versus us, neutral vulnerability, vul also, or non-vulnerable. This tends to be the second double in these types of auctions, tends to be penalty oriented. So there's not any one item that I can say is ubiquitous, but I guess that just kind of beware is that when you get in these situations is that you don't want to put them in a double contract. And so when they're only at 2 spades, if they make their contract, that's like 4 spades plus, you know, the penalty bonus, an extra 50 points, or what we like to normally call the insult. So don't double the opponents in a game and then have them make it when they're only at the 2-level contract. So normally at the 2-level contract, we don't do it. There are these situations where it might be bidding, this person bids 1 club. Boy, this pen is going weird. I'll get to you in a second, Grace, thank you. And then there is a pass, maybe with a lot of points, a big hand, but we don't know that yet. And a pass, and then I come in, I've got like 11, 12 points in a singleton clubs, and I do a double. And my partner converts it to a penalty double by passing, because they've got maybe 5 or 6 clubs, and maybe they have nowhere to run. So there are some tricky things. It's not like a one answer gives all, but obviously you've got some energy on a certain bid, and if you share that with us next week, we'll go in more. Yes, Grace?
Howard asks, what does the first double mean here?
The first double, 1 heart. 2 hearts. Obviously, it has values. Now, if you were to bid, and this gets into your partnership agreements. Sorry we get off on these things, but this is part of the way life works. There are different ways. There is something we call unusual vs. unusual, which there's only one suit that is anchored in this auction, meaning we know what one of the suits are for the North Hand. They made a Michael's Q bid. They say, I have the other major. So obviously, if we bid 2 spades, then that is showing at least invitational hand. If we were to bid 3 hearts, that kind of sounds like it's to play. If it's to bid a new suit, like say 3 clubs, it kind of sounds like that's probably to play too. They must have their other suit must be spades and diamonds, the pointed suits. So once you say, well, okay, if you kind of agree to this, then obviously you Q bid the opponent's suit. That's one thing. If you have this other where double, it's like I've got values. Obviously, I didn't want to Q bid 2 spades, and I didn't want to bid 3 hearts to sign off. And if you play 3 clubs or 3 diamonds, it's just to play. Then the double says you've got 10 points or more and no better bid. So once you've got that anchored, then this other says, yeah, this is like, I'm 10 plus. I don't have a lot of hearts. And then when South makes a 2 spade call, now it's up to the West Hand to say, do we want to go ahead? They're vulnerable. I don't think they can make it, even though it's just 2 spades. I think we've got them. And if we don't have a fit in our heart suit, then that's what it would be. So I hope that helps. So, wow, that was a lot of questions all in one. Kathy, you did a good job there on that one.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to go back to the laptop screen, and this would be, another part of it. So
no. This is the first part of 2. And this is Kathy with the C.
Okay, all right. Kathy with the C this time.
So she says, in defending a 3 no-trump contract, my partner was on lead.
Hold on a second. I lost the screen. My apologies. Okay, let's see if I can get on the screen. There, go ahead.
Okay. So Kathy says, in defending a 3 no-trump contract.
Defending 3 no trump.
Correct. She was describing a game that she had played last week, so she had the same kind of an issue come up twice.
Okay, Kathy with the C.
So she said her partner was on the lead. Hand one partner had H, A, Q.
Heart, ace, queen 5 times.
Yes. And didn't lead the suit. I had the king X, and we could have defeated this contract.
I see. Ooh.
So.
Well, as always, it depends. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some scenarios. I'm going to go back to the screen again, and we're going to get a little bit of chalk talk at the table here. And that's not what I want. Let's see, back to the screen. This navigation is fun. Okay. And I'm going to just click on this. There we go. Okay. So, when you've got this ace queen 5 times, why you're not leading the suit, I guess, is I'm not really sure what the rest of the auction is, but you should be leading the 4th best. And if you're playing 3rd and 5th best, 3rd from even and 5th from an odd number, whatever, that's fine. But whatever you're doing, is that why would you not want to promote the suit? And now that we've seen the question, let's go over to this other screen. And the item that we want to do is we want to win the race. The way you win the race when you've got an ace queen 5 times is you typically lead your 4th best. And if your partner has something like Jack 3rd, or even a Jack Singleton, or a King X, even a King Tight, if you can have entry back to the hand another suit, all those types of things, yeah, you want to go ahead and lead your fourth best. Now, obviously, their auction, they're not going to be in spades, so somebody's got spades, partner probably. And I assume that they have a 5-card minor because we have a 5-card major. I'm guessing maybe they have a 6-card suit. But I hope that helps on that. But yeah, I would say lead fourth best. Come on. Now, I know there's sometimes it feels a little spooky. You say, oh, they've got the king because they went into no trump. That doesn't necessarily mean they have to have the king. I've seen a lot of people that do bluffing. So I hope that helps. We don't want the bluffers to just take it away. So yeah, I would encourage your partner is that if you have something better to do, if you have a sequence in spades or something, I am sympathetic for you. But yeah, lead your fourth best typically. Okay, next one, Grace.
Okay, well, and again, this is part B, or, it's a very similar topic.
Okay.
So this was the second hand. Her partner had SJ, XXX, and CAQJX.
Oh, just let's try to call them off. Spade, Jack fourth, and club, Ace, Queen, Jack fourth.
Okay. And led Little Spade.
Little Spade, okay.
Again, a club lead defeats the contract. So what she said was they discussed it afterwards, and both were something that is hiding behind your head.
Okay, try it again. My head's gone. I am disappeared.
I'm discussing these afterwards. Both were reluctant to lead a suit missing the king, as this will, in most cases, give a declarer a trick when the king and with the king, and if the declarer has to finesse the king, will not take a trick.
Jeez, this is, man, Kathy. Wow, this is like, I know we're not a Downer Debbie, but Kathy, I know what you mean. This is like tough stuff. So, okay, we're going to go back to the table. Let's take a look and see what we can figure out here. So, okay. Back to the table. Let's see, I got to clear the screen. And then over here, deep finesse. And I think this will do it. Okay, I think I've got my pen here. So, yeah, that was a... Well, it shows spade, jack fourth. On the other hand, shows ace, queen, jack. So there's something wrong. There's one jack shouldn't be there. But aside from that, is let's just say it's jack, X, X, X in one side, and the ace, queen. We'll take away that jack that was on hers there and make it too little. Something like that. Yeah, 4, 4. Okay. And apparently if you're saying the king is, I guess, going to be on sides, but we're not sure. And so I'm assuming that the lead, let's see, the lead, little spade. So I guess it was a little spade from this hand over on the west. And I guess, I'm kind of curious as who bid no trump. If your side didn't get in the auction, no takeout doubles probably because they're in 3 no trump. But I would say this. Grace has her hand raised, so I will let my bride interfere.
Okay, Kathy is here with us, and
okay.
she's giving us a little bit more clarification.
Okay, good.
She said, no, both suits are an opening leader's hand.
Oh, these are not the defenders. Is that what I'm hearing, Kathy?
She says, no, both suits are an opening leader's hand.
Well, then I guess I'm not sure about what we're trying to say here. Let's see. Hand number 2, partner. No, it says partner. It doesn't say the opponent. So I'm a little confused here. Anyway, I'm going to give you something as answer as best I can, and give it to us next week if we've got it wrong. But I'm going to just have to go by what you've sent to us rather than what you may think now, and have to spend more time on that. So on this type of a situation, go ahead, Grace.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bernice is actually adding spade and clubs.
Oh, spade and clubs. Oh, okay. Now I see. We're on 2 different suits.
Yes, and Kathy adds, we were defending.
We were defending. Okay. And they had the... So hand 2 partner has spade. Okay, jack. X, X, X. Okay. And club... ... Oh, I see. And the club. Now I got it. Ace, Queen, Jack, X. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I think I can do it now. Woohoo! Again, led the clubs will defeat the contract. Yeah, if you've got 3 honors, this is a very good question. And maybe you've even got a Queen 10 in another suit or something like that. You want to lead the side that has the best chance to set the contract. You want to you win the race not necessarily on length in this case, but you want to win it based upon your honors. Will it work every time? No. But if you lead the 4th best, you are going to be able to let your partner know because you're doing the Boston, right? B-O-S-T-O-N. You're leading the bottom of something, and the something is 3 honors. You can't really lead the top of interior sequence very effectively if they're in 3 no trump. You can't lead the queen without the 10. So that's out. So you just have to lead 4th best. And when they've got the king and your partner says, I told you so, you shouldn't do that. Well, here again, if you set the contract a good percentage of times, it's worth it. So I don't know the rest of the auction. There might be something to do. Like I say, there could be sequence side suit. There might be other reasons, but you are not going to lead from Jack 4th. That's what I would say a no-no. So don't lead that suit. No, leading away from a Jack opposite 3 no trump. They got to split ace queen. Now there's no guesses. So no, that is not cool to do that. I hope that helps, and may the peace be with you, Kathy. Do we have any others?
If we've got a minute to go back to the second question, we could clear up something a little deeper for Howard.
Okay, sure.
Okay, so hang in here with me. Okay, so go into screen 2.
There's screen 1. That's the first one, and then the next one was named that. So I only have one from Tom. Then I have some Kathy's.
Oh, that's funny. They both have one. Okay, so it was the one from Kathy with the K. Okay, so his question, going further.
Penalty doubles.
You said
Kathy with a K.
You said 3 clubs was to play. Does that mean non-forcing?
Okay. Excellent question. So that was this scenario. Let me go back to it. Okay, here we go. And can we find myself a spot here? Yes, the Swami with the turban is back again. 1 heart. 2 hearts. We know that there's only one suit that is anchored, and that is spades. This person is saying, I have 5 spades or more, and I have a second suit. I'm a 2-suiter. My other suit, I'm a man of mystery. It's either diamonds or clubs. We don't know. So when there's only one suit anchored and this person bids one of those suits, 3 clubs or 3 diamonds, it's just to play.
I'm going to recommend that Howard calls us here and joins us for our hand of the day coming up. He does have something to add to that, and it would probably be easier to explain if he just called us.
Sure, if you can call in, that's fine.
All right, so give us a call, Howard, 563-999-2185. Operators are standing by.
You are quite an operator today. Oh, and I don't have the hand being displayed. How did I get on this screen? Okay, go back to this. There we go. Zoop. Okay, so 1 heart, and North bids 2 hearts, and I have spades and a minor, diamonds or clubs. And now if we were to bid 3 clubs or 3 diamonds, it's just to play. Remember, you could have made that double. Double says you have 10 points or more. You could have Q-bid 2 spades.
Hi, Howard. Is that you?
Hello, this is Howard.
Hello.
Hey, Howard. Welcome. Good to have you here. So you have some more
Okay, I guess I got to turn off my speaker so that I don't hear you in delay.
Yeah, exactly. Turn that down.
The question was about in the Michaels bidding situation. Normally, a new suit would be forcing by the responder, but you said it was to play.
Yeah,
That
you're
play
right.
to me
Normally,
means non-forcing.
right. Normally it is. There is another case too that a lot of people get this wrong. Let's say North made a double, and then you come in with 2 clubs. That should be just to play.
I would say that's a weak 2 over 1. If it goes one hard double 2 clubs, that to me that shows 6 clubs and 0 to 9 points.
Yeah, that's right. It's not forcing. But in this scenario here, where there is no second suit that is anchored, the only suit by North, and we use the word anchored, is just the 1 suit. Now it happens to be where you come in at the responder at the 3 level. You're just bidding a new suit. That's all you're doing. You're just being competitive. You may have
but
8, 9 points.
I haven't limited my hand by making that 3 club bid.
Yes, you unfortunately you have. You could have made a double. You could have bid 2 spades. You have 2 bids that are at your disposal. Obviously, 2 spades. I'm going to put that as
but
forcing.
2 spades would that would be I guess it would be a Q bid, and therefore it would say I have an invitational counter better and support for your heart.
We should be aware that
Right?
it's an all-purpose. Sometimes the opponents are going to say, "What does that bid mean?" You say it's a Q bid. It's self-explanatory, and they want to push you for more. It's an all-purpose Q bid. Does it show support for hearts? We don't know at this point. I like to sometimes even say,
Okay, so after the Michaels bid, you would say that the 3 clubs is to play, therefore not forcing.
3 clubs and 3
opener may
diamonds are
pass.
both to play. Yes, and if you take a look at
opener may pass.
that and your partner
Go
can definitely pass. That's one time just to play. I'm going to get into something else since this is a good discussion. But like I say, if a person pushes and they say, well, it's an all-purpose Q bid, well, does it show support for hearts or not? I like to say, if you have very few hearts, yes, it probably does. You got to have some fun in this game sometime. If you do have several hearts, then no, it probably is like, we'll see. But I don't know right now. It's just an all-purpose Q bid when you bid 2 spades. When you make a double, obviously, that is showing 10 points or more. And it probably 99.9999% is not going to be where you have hearts. Because, hey, why aren't you Q bidding 2 spades or 3 spades or something? Oh, by the way, what do you think 3 spades would be? Shortness? Or a half stopper looking for 3 no trump? Yeah, jump it in their suit. I mean, it's obviously game forcing.
Western Q asking you to bid 3 no trump.
Yeah, I think it is a Western Q.
Yeah, I can't think of
bid.
anything better than that.
Yeah, so it should probably be, say, partner, if you've got a stopper, you play in 3 no. I don't want 3 no trump coming through my way. So, yeah, so there's another bid that would obviously be forcing to game. But I do want to get one other thing since this was brought up, and it's a great question. This does come up more than we'd like it to. 1 diamond, and now it goes 2 diamonds. Now it's a whole different ballpark because now both suits are anchored. We know it has spades and hearts, and ostensibly 5+ in each of those suits. So now the responder has 2 suits to make bids with. And this is part of the
unusual over unusual.
Yeah, it's part of the unusual versus
guess
unusual.
That would be the simplest.
Yeah, and there's different ways to play this when you bid another suit. But the way I like it to keep it simple for my partners, unless you have an exhaustive long treatment, is that, and I say I like this whenever it comes up, so it's not just in this one thing. This is the Mike Lawrence way, is, try to keep your things where you don't have too many different exceptions. So if I take the lower suit, that's kind of invitational. And if I bid the upper suit, that is game forcing. So in this case, if I bid 2 hearts, doesn't say anything about hearts. We know they've got 5 hearts. We're not looking for a heart game. But that's saying I've got invitational values. And if I bid the upper suit, which is 2 spades, that is a game forcing. So when you have 2 suits that are anchored, whoo-hoo, when in other words a minor was bid and then 2 of a minor, or it happens to be an unusual 2 no trump for the 2 lower suits. So if it goes like 1 diamond, and then they go instead 2 no trump, now we know that it's the 2 suits, that's hearts and clubs, And now the same way over here, the lower is invitational and the upper is game forcing. That takes care of a lot, but we weren't talking about that. We were talking about what happens when it happened to be initially the second double, which would be for penalty, and the other situation where one of them is just a non-forcing bid. Doesn't mean a person has to pass, but over in the opening hand, you better have a handful because your partner's just trying to sign off. Does that make sense?
Well, the last thing you said about after the unusual no trump, that makes sense. The
Good.
thing about you said before, after one diamond and then two diamonds.
Yeah, both suits are anchored
you
here.
mentioned that an agreement that I'm not familiar with, and
Okay.
the opener would not know if you have support for the diamonds or whether you have clubs.
I would encourage
You're
you to
you're only showing your strengths, and I think it would be better to show whether you have diamonds or clubs.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you look at
Well, if you just
BridgeHands,
go to the ACBL commonly used convention page, they describe unusual over unusual.
oh, you could, but I think the BridgeHands website is much more exhaustive than theirs is. But there's a lot of places. Used to be, there's the Bridge guys and everything. They had a great website. They finally, unfortunately, came down. But so there's different ways. But while you're here, let's do the hand of the day. And let's see how you can help bid this with me, because I was in about second place and having a great game going on, and then this hand came about. Okay, Howard, are you ready to bid with me?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see, which hand do I have, the north or the south? I think I have the north hand. Yes, I have the north hand. So, okay, here we go. 5-5-3-0. Spades, ace, queen, 10, 9, 5 times. Hearts, ace, jack, 9, 5 times. Jack, tripleton, meh. And diamonds, no clubs. So, let's see. How about if I have... I'll bid the south hand. You bid the north hand.
Well, we'll have to start with one spade.
One spade it is. Awesome. And I bid... two hearts. Oops, I can't really see that. 2 hearts.
Okay, what about east-west? Are they silent?
They're definitely being silent, yeah.
Okay, so now are we playing 2 over 1? So is your 2 hearts game force?
Sure, why not? Yeah, I think this
Yes?
is what
Okay,
this
well,
was
then-
the bots,
then-
so
then
this is
I'll
what the
just bid-
bots did.
Okay, so if we're playing 2 over 1, so I'm not going to be in any hurry. I'll just bid 3 hearts.
Yeah, that's what I
And
did
leave,
with
leave,
your
leave
hand.
some space in case we want to head for slam.
Beautiful, right. We're in a game
So I
forcing
mean,
option.
I have more than a 3 heart bid, but if we're already in game forcing, then use the principle of fast arrive. I'll just bid 3 hearts and see what you have.
3
to say.
hearts. And okay, here comes the bid from south. It is 4 diamonds.
Okay, now are you using Italian control bidding?
Well, this is the
or you
robots.
bid
I
first?
think they normally just use showing ace. Great question.
Okay, so they don't use Italian Q bidding.
I
In other
don't-
words,
I
their
don't think
control
they
bid
do.
is an ace or a void.
Yes.
Okay, so that's not the best way to do it, but anyway, okay, so 4 diamonds. So that means I have a first round control in diamonds, and I don't have one in clubs. That's how I should interpret South's bid. So at this point, I don't have any suits to worry about.
I need to just interject one thing. My hand was the south,
so-
and you have the robot hand. So let's see how your bid compares with the robot. Everything you said is fine.
Well, let me see. So the the problem is that I have a void in clubs, and if I try for a key card, I'm missing 2 key cards, and if you're missing one, well, I don't know.
Yeah, this is kind of a challenging thing.
See, the thing is,
isn't
you
it?
might have the ace of clubs and missing the king of trump. So I guess, see, if I bid 4 hearts now, that's signing off. So I guess if we're showing aces, I'll just bid 4 spades to say, partner, I have a ace or void in spades, and since I bid it before,
Okay, but
South
you bid
will know
that, so it's
the ace.
showing a control in spades, which is fair
Showing,
enough.
yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
I mean, if
4
I didn't have a void in
spades.
clubs, I would go right to Blackwood, but that
Okay.
might lead to confusion.
Right.
Unless you're playing exclusion Blackwood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't know if they're playing exclusion Blackwood, but okay, so I'm going to bid 5 spades.
Yeah, I bid 4 spades, and now you're bidding 5 spades, so you're going past 5 of our trump suit.
Yes.
5 of our trump suit is 5 hearts, and you're going to 5 spades.
Yes.
The only thing I can think of is that's showing a void in spades. I can't imagine what else that could possibly be. All right, so I'm forced into slam, so I'll have to go to 6 hearts now. I don't
6
have
hearts.
a choice.
Good, you're right with the rest of the field. 6 hearts.
I mean, that's when I think 5 spades.
Yeah, well,
could-
here's
could
what-
only mean if you're forcing the slam and you're bidding spades, so you're telling me I have a void.
Yeah, so here's what
What else could
the
it-
bot did. It was 1 spade. Man, I've got this digitizer's not working well here. Here, come on. 1 spade, okay. And then 3 hearts. And then after I did my 4 diamond, partner went 5 no trump.
So that would be a grand slam force, I guess, because you agreed hearts is the trump suit. So I would assume the 5 no trump would say if you have 2 out of the top 3 in hearts, bid 7.
Awesome. Okay, you heard that all here. Now we're going to go over to the BridgeHands site, and let's see. I want to just maybe remove this, and we're going to do
And the card covers, honey.
Grand Slam Force, and the card covers. Thank you, Grace. Okay, Grand Slam Force, 5 of a major. A Grand Slam Force with a known fit, and we did have a fit in hearts. Then I went to 4 diamonds after we both bid the heart suit. A jump to 5 no trump may be used to inquire about partners' top 3 trump honors. With 2 or more trump controls, responder makes the Grand Slam call in the trump suit. Otherwise, the responder signs off in a small slam. So they show it this way. They, meaning me, back about 15 years ago. 1 spade, 3 spades, 5 no trump. This is where you got some kind of void somewhere, isn't it? Something. So, you know, it's spades. We're just kind of wondering, tell me about your spade suit. The first step would be 6 no trump. And second step, 6 diamonds. I have queen. Third step, I have the ace or king. We'll forget those first 2 steps. We probably won't remember because it comes up so little. The next one is so on so. But if you've got 2 of them, both the ace and the king, that's what you bid. But you know, that's one way to play it. But guess what?
Yeah, and I don't see why
it.
you would need so many choices, because once 5 no trump has been called and we've agreed that hearts is our trump suit, the only choices we have are 6 hearts or 7 hearts. Unless, well, I guess if we're playing match points, we could possibly bid 6 no if we could count 13. If we're playing IMSA, then that wouldn't apply.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to show out is there's different ways to play this. So let's go to Wikipedia now.
Yeah.
And Wikipedia
I
goes
thought
back
it would
to,
be, if you have 2 of the top 3 honors, bid 7 of the suit.
Agreed.
If you only got 1 of the top 3 honors,
Agreed.
bid 6 of the
So
suit.
we're going to get
And
to...
if you got no honors, I guess you can bid 6 clubs and then see where you end up.
All right. So, okay, can I talk now?
Go ahead.
Okay, ready. Thanks for that feedback, too. We're going to talk about Josephine. A lot of people know Eli Culberson back from the days. He was a great, charismatic person, and awesome bridge player. But his wife, Josephine, he married somebody who knew a little bit about bridge too. And she was the one that came up with the Grand Slam Force bid back in the 1930s. And so it was, they kind of had ways nowadays that some people use, pick a slam and these other different ways. But it was like what you were saying. If you bid 6 of the agreed upon trump suit, you're only holding one of the top 3 honors. That is the ace, king, or queen. And if you have 2 of the top 3 honors, could be even the king or queen, then you bid 7 of the agreed upon suit. Hearts. Isn't that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, so there is that other way to play it, but it doesn't come up often, and I wasn't exactly sure. I should have probably taken some time. This is the 12th hand syndrome. And so let me go back to the hand. And we were playing match points, and like I said, I think I'm in second place. So I thought, man, we got a good chance to get all the match points there. I just felt my partner had the club ace. So I bid 7 no trump, and gets
they led the club ace.
Gets a double, and when I had the double, as my heart sank. Why didn't I just do 7 hearts? There was only one person. We have like a 99% board. We tie with the top for 35. So it went like this. It went double, okay, ace of clubs, encouraging card, and you can see that they take the first 5. Now, we're vulnerable, so that's 200, 500, 800. Now we're heading for the telephone number. 1100, 1400. So we didn't do so well. Whereas if we would have just played in 7 hearts, it would have been 2,210 points.
7 hearts is lay down. I don't see any way.
Yeah, right. So in other words, we can have a plus 22 or a negative 1,400. Hey, that's only 3,610 points difference. I mean, what's the problem here? So did I have some egg on my face on that one, on my hand of the week? So I came in like 5th place or something, and I said, okay, I know the robots, they play Grand Slam Force just like you do. So anyway, I thought that was kind of fun, and sometimes things work, sometimes you get rained out, and sometimes it's worse. But Howard, I would be happy to play with you anytime, because you know how to play Grand Slam Force, and you could do fine with the bots also. So if your partner springs one of these, never seen that.
I don't actually have a partner.
Well, there is
I wish
that.
I did.
Then you can play with the bots like I do too. Hey, there'll be lots of them available to play with you. But anyway, it was kind of a fun hand. I thought I would just share with you some laughs that we have that come up sometime, because there's always something that we have to learn. So I know the bots are playing Grand Slam Force, where if you have 2 of the top 3, and avoid somewhere else, because we've got a contract, and otherwise it makes it hard to do with some kind of an exclusion Blackwood or whatever. Grace.
It's getting to be that.
Well,
I see
5
it's
no
45
trump could
off
mean
myself.
pick a slam, but that would be if you hadn't already agreed on a suit.
That
In
is
this case,
right.
you knew it was going to be hard.
Howard, you are like...
So I mean, if your partner's got an enormous hand, like 25 points, and
Yeah.
you might go to 5 no trump and said, take your best suit and bid 6 of that, and that's where we'll
Beautifully
play.
said. So,
But that would be if you hadn't agreed upon a suit already. They didn't pick a slam.
and
Yes, he did. He's hard to pull a
in
fast
fact, for
one
him,
on.
it was...
That was easy.
That was easy. Very good job. I'm going to add a month to... Do you have a membership?
Howard?
In BridgeHands, no,
Yes.
I don't.
Okay, well, you do now. Are you on the
thank
mailing
you.
list?
Are you on the mailing list right
I
now?
don't think so.
Well, why don't you send us your
Oh
information?
yeah, I do. I'm
Okay.
I'm getting an announcement
Oh,
of.
yeah, you sent
okay,
an email to us.
when
We'll
the
find
next
your-
video is going to be, and so forth.
Definitely
yes,
going to give you a month to an Ultra membership. I hope you enjoy it. So if you want to show up on Sunday, let's see, this Sunday.
Saturday, honey.
Saturday. God, I'm so used to Sundays.
Yes.
This Saturday, tomorrow at 1 o'clock Pacific time, it's going to be Hands of the Week, and we've got a lot of fun ones there. So if you get a chance, come on by. But then next week, recall that if people watch it live, I'm going to let people watch it maybe a handful of hours after we record it before it goes unpublished, because some people are in different time zones, and it wouldn't be fair to like people in Europe or things like that don't have a chance to see it if they can't watch it live because they're sleeping. I understand that. So, but for you, Howard, you can watch those 24 hours a day. You can go over to BridgeHands, and I have hundreds of hours of video. So get your month's worth when you come on by. Okay.
Okay.
I'll send you an email shortly, and we'll assign you an ID and a password. Okay?
Oh, thank you very much.
No, thank you. Okay, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the show. And so I always love these Fridays when we can get the questions. Great questions, Grace.
Looks like you've been wearing a tight hat around your head.
My heads get swollen sometimes when I'm here in the seat, so, as you know. So anyway, anything else that we need to talk about coming up?
No, but we will be back tomorrow, so we look forward to seeing you. Tell a friend.
Yes, and if not then, next Wednesday, right? Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays.
Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays.
So thanks for coming. I appreciate you all having these great questions, and I know sometimes we don't get enough depth on them, but if you haven't, come back again next week and we'll pursue them in more depth. I hope we gave some good answers, and thanks for the awesome questions, and let's go ahead and call it a day, shall we?
We'll call it a day today. You guys have a great night.
Yeah, so...
Or morning, wherever you are.
Or morning, wherever you're at. Enjoy the show. They might not watch it for months. Who knows? But next week, yeah, watch it live or watch it within the first 4 or 5 hours. But we love your participation. So if we don't see you Saturday, see you next Wednesday. And Howard, I'll let you kind of sign it off. You know what we do at the end of the show?
Oh, I'm supposed to know the words to that song?
Oh, just the first part. Happy trails to you until we meet again. Are you ready? You going to join us?
Happy trails
To you until
we meet
again. Hoo-hoo, good
That's all I know.
job.
Bye.
Yeah, that's about all I know, too. We'll get Patty to help us out on the rest of it.
I'll make sure I look up the rest of the words before our next
We should have up on the
video.
teleprompter, yeah. Hey, thanks. You've been a great sport, Howard. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
The rest of y'all, take care. Peace out. Bye for now. Happy trails to you until we meet
Till we
again.
meet again.
Howard says applause.